Leaving the past behind. Easier said than done, right? It is something that is very important for us to do if we are ever to move forward in life, yet it is probably one of the hardest things that a human can do. Now, I'm not saying to forget where you came from or forget what's happened to you in the past. What I am saying is it is necessary to let certain things go if you ever want to move forward and achieve great things in your life. Again, this can be easier said than done, but it is worth it. It is very detrimental if you are ever to move forward and not be held back in your future endeavors. I've known many people who can't let go of the past, and it's always impacted them in a huge way. And it's always been in a negative way. And hanging on to the past doesn't just mean holding a grudge against somebody who did something wrong to you or trying to get over just the past. It also has to do with forgiving yourself. And this is just as important as letting anything else go. In fact, it might be more important to let yourself be forgiven and let the past go of what you've done, because you can't escape from yourself. You can't run from your own mind. If you don't allow yourself to get the past that you yourself have been a part of, it can burden you and it can hold you back indefinitely. So how do we move on? How do we let the past go? How do we get past the memories that are haunting us and keeping us from reaching our full potential? Well, luckily I have 5 steps in starting that process. The first step is you have to want to let it go. If you only kind of sort of want to get past what has occurred, then you will always be stuck remembering just what exactly has transpired. It's very hard for you to move forward if you really don't want to let go of it. Take, for example, the loss of a loved one. Now, I'm not saying you need to throw their memory away and forget all about them, but you owe it to yourself and you owe it to them to be happy. I mean, even though they're gone, that's exactly what they would want for you. They would want you to be happy, but you have to be willing to let go of the pain of that loss in order to move forward, in order to be happy. And you owe it to yourself to be happy. You owe it to them to move forward and to be happy with the rest of your life. The second step is don't bottle up the pain. I'm somewhat an expert of that myself, and I can certainly say with no degree of hesitation that bottling up the pain is a terrible idea. If you bottle it up, at some point you will break, you will crack, and there will be a wave of emotion that will come rushing forth from a dam that you couldn't control. And even if you somehow do manage to hold all that back and you do manage to keep inside, it's not good for you mentally. Take that from somebody who has an A+ in the degree of holding things back. It really can take a toll on the mind. So allow yourself to feel and experience these emotions and let them out. Let them flow, let them happen, but don't bottle them up. The third step is to realize that you're no longer a victim. Now, I don't want to say that bad things didn't happen to you, and in fact, far from it. But what I mean to say is that even though these bad things have happened, you have the power to take your happiness back. Is that easy? No, absolutely not. But you alone have the power to take your happiness back. No one else can give that to you. You are the one that is in control. That is why you are no longer the victim. No matter what has happened, no matter what has transpired, you have that power to take it back and to give yourself the happiness necessary to move forward. The fourth thing is to be in the present moment. Enjoy the here and now. It doesn't matter what happened 5 minutes ago. It doesn't matter what happened 5 years ago. What matters is the here and now. You have control of what is happening this very second. And enjoy it. Use this opportunity to find the positive, to enjoy the little things. No matter what might be occurring in this moment, once again, you have that power to focus on the now and to leave the past behind, because that's where it is. It's past. It has happened, and it need not happen again. You need to focus on the here and now, and even the future. If you're to forget what has happened so long ago, because that is your past, and your past doesn't define you. What defines you is who you are right now and what you do in this very moment. Step 5 is a bit of a two-parter. The first part is to forgive them. Now that does not excuse the actions of whoever wronged you. Far from it. But it does mean letting go. Forgiveness means to put the past behind and no longer worry about it. And it will be tough. It will not be easy. Not even remotely easy. But it is a very necessary step in order to move forward. Now, the second part, which is just as hard, if not harder, is to forgive yourself. Now, forgiving yourself is difficult because we hold ourselves to a higher expectation. We demand more of ourselves than any other human being possibly could. And for that, any mistake, no matter how major, how minor, it's never good enough. We think something that we might have done in the past so long ago might be something that just can't be forgiven by anybody. It's a horrible, dark secret that if we were to tell anybody, we would lose all our friends and our family and they would never forgive us. But that's not the truth. They would be more forgiving of us than we ever are to ourselves. And so that's why it's a necessary step. Whether you yourself did the action or something happened to you, forgiving yourself and understanding that you are human, mistakes happen, and accidents will occur, it will allow you to push forward. It will allow you to move in the direction you need to head. But you have to forgive yourself. You have to realize that no matter what you think you did, no matter what you did, it too is in the past, just like everything else. Once again, you need to focus on the here and the now and what you do from this point forward to move on with your life. Let's do a quick recap. Step 1, you have to want to let it go. Step 2 is to not bottle up your feelings inside. You do have to let them out. Step 3, remember you're not the victim. You are no longer responsible for what has occurred. You are responsible for your happiness this point forward. And step 4 is to be present in every moment and enjoy the little things in life. And step 5 is to forgive them and yourself. Forgiveness is absolutely vital if you're ever to move forward. And these steps, again, I want to remind you, they will not be easy. In fact, it will be extremely difficult in certain points. But each and every single step is completely necessary if you do want to move forward and onward with your life. This might have been a heavy topic for some. I know for myself, while writing it, it certainly brought up some things from my past. And it actually made me realize that it's very important to remember that all wounds do heal with time, if you let them. But even if you don't see immediate results, with due diligence and just looking forward to a brighter future, you can, in fact, forget about whatever has transpired in your past. No matter what it may have been, there is always a bright future to look forward to. And that is the biggest thing. No matter what has happened, the only thing you need worry about is what's going to happen. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm Shane. This has been A New You. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you know somebody who could use this, share it to them. Help spread the word, because this is a very important message that really should be shared so people aren't stuck living in the past. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, you have what it takes.